Hey folks, Captain Jim coming to you with another ride video. Been a while since I've had the CTX out. I thought I'd get that out this afternoon, take a ride up the mountain, blow a little stink off of it and me, and then when I get home I got a new iPad mini 7 with the A17 Pro chip in it, and I don't intend that to be my everyday iPad, and certainly not to take the place of a MacBook Pro, which is what I'd use for almost all of my video processing. But I thought I'd give it a try with that. It's got the same chip in it as the current iPhones, so it should have enough processing power. So we'll find out when I get home. But for right now, just getting out of the neighborhood, and I'll have some more coming up here when we get to the interesting riding stuff. And I'm shooting this today with the DJI Action 4 action camera. One of my favorite small action cams. Haven't gotten a whole lot of use with it. Just doesn't seem like I've taken them out and dusted them off for a while. But this gives me an opportunity to test out some video with it today. And again, see how the processor with that new iPad mini will do. And I'm doing the audio with the DJI Mic 2 inside my helmet, and that combination has worked well for me for as long as I've been using those two together. It's the 10th of March 2026 when I'm shooting this video, and just one camera today, just that DJI Action 4 mounted on my helmet, so when you see the view move around a little, you understand why. Everything will be facing forward on this. I know what I look like, so I'm okay if I don't have that. And I'm out on the CTX today. I saw on my Facebook memory today, it was 4 years ago, that I was first getting the CTX out for a ride, anything beyond just testing it out. Took it out on the highway, ran it up to Wickenburg. We happened to be out in the Phoenix area when I got the bike 4 years ago. And now we're living in the Phoenix area. And as I started to say, for what the date is, high today is supposed to be 78. Should be a beautiful day. And then we got another couple days in the 80s coming up. And by the weekend, it's going to be in the 90s. And by next week, the weather weasels are saying we're going to hit triple digits, and that'll be for several days in a row. And if that is indeed the case, that is going to be the earliest on record that it has hit 100 degrees. And I can believe it, because it has been a significantly warmer than usual winter here in the desert. If you can hear that CTX shifting, it does that shifting all on its own. I've got it in sport mode today, and just let it run through the gears. And in sport mode, it holds the shift to very similar to where I would be if I was using it in full manual mode. But I gotta say, I have gotten spoiled by this dual clutch transmission in this bike. And just coming up to South Mountain, that's where I'm going to be riding today. That's where a lot of my fun riding takes place, just because the twisty roads are very entertaining here. And passed by a gas station on the way here. And today, on March 10th, unleaded is going for $4.35 a gallon here in the Phoenix area. That is up well over $1 a gallon in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I saw it as low as $2.85 about a month ago, but most of the gas stations were in around the $3 price range. So anybody who knows me knows that rising gas prices piss me off, and not just for what it does when you stop to fill up your tank, but for what it does to the economy as a whole. I'm not going to get real political here. When gas prices go up, the cost of everything goes up, because everything in your grocery store had to get delivered, and it came by truck. And diesel prices locally are up more than the price for unleaded right now. So while you say, well, that's going to cost me about 30% more to fill up my gas tank, yeah, plan on paying about that same amount more for all those goods that you would buy at a grocery store, or at Sam's Club, or at your favorite clothing store, or at an auto parts store, because all of that stuff gets delivered by truck. And the price of all of it is going up. So hopefully, what our president has been calling a little excursion into Iran will be over shortly, and we can get some stabilization on the price of crude oil. And gas prices will simmer down. I can guarantee you that they won't go down anywhere near as fast as what they went up. That's assuming if they do come down. And one thing that is sure to happen when gas prices top $4 a gallon in places outside of California, because hell, they're always that high and higher, and they're pushing $6 a gallon right now, people start getting interested in less expensive means of transportation, something that will get a lot better gas mileage. And for some people, that means an electric vehicle. And for a lot of others, it means the consideration of some kind of two-wheel conveyance. In 2008, when gas prices went up, the scooter sales in the United States went crazy. Dealers couldn't get stock. The scooters sold so fast. And right now we have a kind of a barren desert of scooters in the United States. They're just not near as many being imported as there used to be. Scooter sales for 2025 were down nearly 30% compared to 2024. And that's too bad. Motorcycles overall were down almost 8%. And I don't ride for the economy of it. although it tickles me when I pull into a gas station and I can fill up for less than $10 and ride for at least a week or two on that, and that's if I'm riding most every day, which these days been a lot of other stuff going on, so I haven't been able to get my daily ride in. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to that before too long. But that said, it's going to be an interesting year for those of us here in the United States, and those of us who were smart enough to pick two-wheel conveyances. I believe this is my 58th year of riding motorcycles. And speaking of which, I'm going to be quiet for a little bit, put a little music on, and enjoy the ride.
And riding on South Mountain today. It's close to our home, and it is an entertaining ride. Dare I say, perhaps some of the motorcycle riding that compares close to my favorite roads, like in the Black Hills or in North Carolina and Tennessee, that area. I had a neighbor, a former neighbor of ours. They still live in the same house, but we don't. From when we lived in Texas, asked how we were doing here in Arizona. And did I miss living in the tropical tip of Texas? And, well, yeah, sure, I miss living on the water and a more moderate climate. Now, South Texas can get awful warm. Nothing like the 115 degree kind of summers that Arizona will see. But it's way more moderate from day to night. There might be, when you live right on the water, you're looking at a 10, 12 degree temperature swing from day to night, where here it's at least a 30 degree temperature swing, so you have to dress in layers, and you have to have some idea of what Mother Nature is going to throw at you for the day. But yeah, I miss living in South Texas. I love being next door to our daughter and son-in-law. And I gotta say that I truly enjoy the amenities and opportunities afforded by living in a big city. Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the country. So besides unlimited shopping and restaurants and that, there are concerts that you can go to almost every night. Last week we went to a spring training ball game, and you have professional sports and things like that here. So completely different. You can't make those kind of comparisons to living on a small island on the Gulf of Mexico. But I gotta say, for day-to-day riding, the riding is a lot better here than it was in South Texas. People drive crazy in both places, but I can pick my conveyance here since I have both a scooter and a motorcycle. So if I want to keep it to city surface streets and that, the scooter does just fine. If I want to be able to do highway speeds, then the motorcycle is even better. But again, having the variety of riding right reasonably close to our house, this is hard to beat right here. And springtime in the desert, everything is looking green. I would imagine it'll be shortly we'll start seeing some blooms happening in the desert. If we get a little moisture. We got a little trace of precip last night, but I don't think it amounted to more than about 300ths. But a little rain here in the desert and things will start blooming, and it'll be pretty. Unlike year-round in the tropical tip of Texas, where everything is blooming and pretty. Unfortunately, that car that was in front of me went straight. I could see there was a moment of indecision on their part. This is one of the better parts of this road up on South Mountain. As you can tell from all the twists and turns that are happening here.
not a lot of traffic today. I'm a little surprised by that. This is spring break for most of the schools in the Phoenix area. And while there may be some differences within school districts, this is the week that the majority of them are off. Joan and I went out for lunch today, and I was surprised that it wasn't packed with kids. And I think I'm going to call it a day for the ride and the discussion, at least the part that I'm going to video. And thank you very much for riding along today. It's a treat to get out on the bike, and I enjoy having folks ride along with me, even if it's just virtually on YouTube. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment. I don't see many of those, and I believe the standard like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next ride. Thanks a bunch.